And we're live. Welcome, 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 everybody. We are today going to be doing the first 2023 podcast of L's Gaming. We are joined here by my good buddy Child, who has finally decided to talk to us. We're going to be getting into some information that hopefully we can get disclosed here for the first time before he becomes popular with his football career. And for those that don't know, we're talking about football from the UK, meaning soccer in the United States. So this is European football. So please don't mind his accent. You know, we don't understand sometimes how they be talking.
Yeah, do me like that, right? In the first podcast, you're gonna do me like that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. My name is Els. I'm the representative of Els Gaming. I want to bring you guys all the information and everything that we can get to. We're gonna have different topics. We're gonna be doing different things throughout this podcast career that we're starting. So bear with us. I'm freshly new at this, and I want to get better at it. So I'm glad you guys gonna be a part of it. And if you haven't seen my YouTube channel before, hit that subscribe channel button. Oh shit, I fucked that up. Again, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the likes, hit them shares, and I will gladly appreciate it. We're gonna be able to bring more information and more content to this channel. We're gonna be having live streamings of video games. We're gonna be talking about different things. There's gonna be a lot of information that we're gonna try to bring to this YouTube channel, and I'm hoping that you guys can be a part of this. Anyways, Child, welcome. Happy New Year. How did you welcome the new year?
Well, us Spanish people have a tradition where we just every bang of the clock, which is 12 times at the start of the year, we eat a grape. So we eat 12 grapes at the start of the year, and then we tell each other our resolutions. We have a shot to it, and we pray for more health and love. So we
Okay.
did that,
All
and
right.
that's literally it. It took about 10 minutes, but it's a nice little meal with the family.
All right. Now, for those that don't know, he is actually Spanish from Spain, not Spanish like Latino,
No,
like me. Like
originally
I'm
Spain.
Puerto Rican, and I'm still Spanish, but it's more. He's from like the originators of the colonial Spaniards and all that stuff.
The best, the best.
I don't know about the best, but you know they have the good accent, so they can get the ladies.
Of course, of course.
So obviously you play football. What position do you play? Or here goes the
I
Zoom
play
again.
defense, so I play in the wing. So cause I'm quite small, I'm quite fast, so they put me on the right hand side or the left hand side. I just defend basically. Every now and
now,
then I go up.
now, do you prefer that position? Is there a different
Yeah,
position that you like?
I used to play as a winger, as an attacker. That be on the wing as attacking this time. But obviously people grow. I didn't grow much, so it was quite hard for me to keep up with the speed. So it was quite a downgrade, kind of back to defense, but I actually kind of like it more being a defender than being a winger.
Okay, all right. Now, for those that don't know, like myself, what is a winger? What do you? What is the
A
most part
winger
of
is
it?
just so normally most likely you have three people at the top, or you have the striker, and then you have the wingers. So the wingers are kind of strikers, but on the side they're faster because they can go up and down faster to help defend the midfield on the outside areas, and they can also run up to attack with the striker to make an overload, which is be more people than they're actually just defending. That's an overload.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, since we're talking about that, football, English football. Who's your favorite soccer football team? I
Oh,
was gonna say
listen to me,
soccer.
man. Man, listen to me.
I have to. I have to. It's for the people. It's for the
I
people.
would normally say for the easy option, because I don't watch football, I would just say I don't support any teams, which I don't. But if I had to pick, I'd be really patriotic and go for Man United.
Okay, now, um, I'm gonna make it even difficult for you. So out of that team, is your favorite player in that team, or is he in a different team?
Right. He was in that team. He's just moved to a Saudi Arabian team.
How did that make you
I'm sure
feel?
you depressed.
Why?
I clearly went through 5 stages of grief. So, I think we all did as fans of him. I think we all did. It's quite depressing. I mean, as soon as Messi gets his World Cup, is when it's the end of his career. But it was his era. It was his time. He had his shine. Every player has gonna have to go through that.
And how do you feel about Messi getting the cup?
I mean, I'm pretty happy. I was kind of expecting it for Neymar to go for it, or at least get further, but he didn't.
Well,
I'm kind of more of a fan of Neymar than Messi, to be fair. That's why.
so there's speculations that I hear throughout, my life of the realistic world of non-gaming and things. When you conversate with people, and saying that that people are speculating that the World Cup was already determined because of what they want this outstanding player to be and to have. And they saying that, oh well, the World Cup, you got this great player and they're gonna just automatically have that great player win because he's so great. They want him to be a part of whatever the World Cup is. See, me myself, I don't know really much about soccer. I just go for the winning team. Ooh, whatever's winning is
Yeah,
who I'm
whatever gets
going
you
with.
money, right?
Yeah, whatever gets me the money. Sometimes I don't get the money, but whatever gets me the money.
No, I mean,
So, what do you think
I
about those speculations of people saying that basically it's bought because of the biggest player and that's who's gonna win? Whatever.
I don't think it's bought by the biggest player, but I definitely do think that it's somewhat rigged. Um, I love conspiracies and stuff, and I used to watch that, like, 9/11 conspiracies, the Pentagon, all that, the government, all that type of stuff. I've always loved this, always been interested, and I've always been wanting to find more and more about it. But the World Cup is the one thing in which I wanted to truly enjoy without looking into deeply and factual and who's leading what, and and politically. And now everyone's coming up with all this stuff which I haven't researched about myself, so I couldn't give you a proper opinion about if it's rigged or not. But I think most likely it is.
See, like any
How big
sport,
the organization is.
like when it comes to final games and like world championships and all this stuff, I always think that there's something that leads to what they
Yeah.
want it to be. Whether it's more, um, just trying to get the name out of something or someone or some team, just trying to make it better or anything like that. Because I feel like it happens in basketball most of the time. Just like I don't know if you watch American football, that one time where they talked about Tom Brady and the Deflate Gate. That's in every sport there has to be something manipulative. And
Yeah, and I think the thing that gave it out and is giving people most clues about the World Cup is the referees.
see, that's the thing. It really, at the end of the day, it finalizes with the referees because they have control of the game, they have control of equipment, they have control of checking all this stuff, so nothing will be rigged. And it's like there's so many cameras
The
nowadays.
thing is, stuff like the VAR system, which is officers back in Austria, back in Germany, back with different games with different officers. So when they had the VAR system, it could easily be rigged because they're in a completely different country. There are cameras, but they don't show the cameras. They only show them for like 5-10 seconds at the start of each game to show them and present them. But I think the VAR system had a lot more to do with the World Cup than we really think.
Yeah, yeah. So moving on from the World Cup, I have this thing that's been bothering me for a while, and I really needed to talk to somebody about it, and I'm glad that you're the first person that I get to talk to on camera about this. So back in the Hitler days, when the Jewish were being in concentration camps, and mind you, when I was a kid, I was really into reading books about people that were in concentration camps. Like, for example, the book Night by Elie Wiesel, which was a great book talking about his experience, throughout his life with all this was happening. Same thing with the Diary of Anne Frank, the experiences they were passing and stuff. And there's a detail in there that mostly everybody knows about, of the star that they had to wear, the patch that they had to wear in the arm. and I might get flamed for this. Who knows? You know, God forbid something happens for what I'm about to talk about right now. But there's this thing in America, or at least in the state where I live, where I'm gonna just keep it under wraps, where you can get a real ID in order to travel outside of the country. So that's basically like your passport. So you don't really need a passport per se, because if you have the real ID, it would basically give you the chance to go into Canada, Mexico. Like, I'm assuming the places that are within the area of United States. I don't know how far that's gonna go to, like, you know, the UK, or, you know, Spain or France or Germany or Australia or whatever that case might be. But the thing that really bothers me about that is that the real ID has the same star that Jewish, Jewish people had to wear in their arms. The only difference is we don't have to wear it in our person, but it's gonna be in our ID. Um, I think it bothers me because it's like America was fighting, and, you know, the countries were fighting to help the Jewish, you know, be themselves and don't have to, like, you know, show their patch or having to do all that shit, you know. But there's a lot more to it than what I'm just mentioning. But it bothers me because it's like, if you were fighting to stop something, why all of a sudden now you want to carry those tendencies? You know what I mean? Like, what do you think about that?
I think people should look back into history, especially because history's there to not let it happen again, especially if it's bad. It's to learn from our mistakes as a human race. And I think it's really controversial. It's really because obviously, back in the day they were fighting for something, and then now they come back with that, with something that is now related to such bad things. And I think they should change that straight away. There's no
Yeah.
question about it.
So, United States real ID shouldn't have a star. Give me a puppy or something else. Like, you know, don't give me a star. It's gonna bring back memories of high school, learning about the Holocaust and what Hitler did and stuff like that. Please don't do that. I'm already scarred by that. Uh, all right. With that being said, man, child, where is the place that you've never visited that you always wanted to go to?
I've always wanted to go to.
Yes.
That's a very good question because every place I've wanted to go, I've basically gone.
There has to be
Yes,
one place you
Madrid.
haven't gone.
Madrid.
Madrid? And what about Madrid that drags you to wanting to go
It's the
there so
capital
bad?
of my country. I want to go. I want to see it. My best friend already gone there with his girlfriend and he's loved it. But there's so many things you can do there. There's so many different concerts. There's so many different activities you can do, especially in the winter because you got stuff like Winterfest and stuff.
Okay.
So I want to go there.
All
I want
right.
to visit it in the winter time.
And is that part of your one of your New Year resolutions? Having to
No,
take
no
trips?
way. I don't have New Year's resolutions because I know I won't do them.
So what's stopping
No.
you?
uh,
What's stopping you from going?
well, it's too late now because it's just gone past winter. So I'll probably have to go next year, this year. Um, but nothing at the moment. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing stopping me.
Now, favorite color? Go.
White.
White. I'm not even gonna go there.
No, please don't.
All
But
right.
also my second favorite color is black.
Black. White and black.
Black and white is an OP um combination. I love it.
Black. I mean, as you can see, you're wearing white right now, and I can tell. You know. Now, let me ask you this: if you was stuck in an island and you had three things to bring with you, what are those three things?
Three things.
Yes. And there goes
Um,
assuming. Hi.
if if I bring my computer, will it have electricity in the island?
Hold on, wait. You want to bring electricity?
No, no. If I bring my computer, will the island have electricity?
Okay, so I don't know. That's that we don't know
Ah,
that. We
that's the
don't know
risk,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah, we
If
don't
I
know
bring
that.
a football, like a soccer ball that you'd know it as, um, food and drink.
Now, are you gonna turn that soccer ball and like write, you know, like eyes and stuff, and eventually start
No, no, no,
talking
no.
to it like the movie?
I'll be playing with that shit. I get free sticks, make a goal. No, that's not shooting.
Okay, so a soccer, and what was the other one? A soccer ball, and what else?
With unlimited food and drink.
That's no unlimited. It's only three things.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Like, it's
A
just
soccer
that one.
ball, I will have. That's a hard question. A pair of boots. That's two.
Okay.
And then I'll bring a massive patch of fake grass to put on the beach of the island, so I can play football in grass.
So no sand for you? No sand? You're not a
I
fan of
can
sand?
use the boots. No, I like sand, so I will bring it, the size of the island, so I'll have like a little space to play some football, volleyball there or something with the starfish there. Because I'll have no one to, if I bring those three things, I'll have no one to play with. So.
Okay. Now let's a little move this question along. So now that you have those three things,
Okay.
what is the one person that you would want to bring with you,
My best friend.
and why?
To play football with.
Just to play football with. Now remember, you're stuck in this island with this person. What if this person doesn't want to play football with you?
He will. He loves football.
He loves football. All
He
right.
loves football.
You heard it here.
Yeah.
Now,
Live with him back in the day.
now, so you're getting into the adult stage of your life. I'm assuming that you're still in school,
Yeah, I'm in college right now.
and out of everything that once you're done with school and you become an adult, I'm assuming you have a girlfriend or you don't.
No.
Oh, look, ladies, he's a single man in the UK. So if you're ever down there, hit him up. Hit him up. He'll be playing football.
It won't be food. It will be football.
Now, are you looking into marriage? Do you want to marry?
I don't mind. If she was to get married, I mean, I'll always want to get married someday, but I'm not in a rush.
Okay. Now,
I'm not
once
looking for marriage right now.
once you're done with school, are you looking into playing football professionally, or you looking to actually make a career out of something else?
Football's just an extra backup plan. Because I joined the college football team with the idea of staying fit because I want to be in the army later on, a firefighter. So I just wanted to stay fit, come into my career early, nice and fit. But then it turns out that I was a decent player, so the academy scouted me. So if football works out while I study, then I'll do that. But if it doesn't, then I just have my study to fall back in, isn't it?
So now, what would if football didn't work out? What would be the career of choice?
I'll go uni, do my like a sports degree, some sort of degree, to join a army course in which they'll pay me for, and then I'll then be able to be qualified or overqualified for a job position that I want, which will help me get it, having a degree.
So you're looking into staying in the sports world as a career. So
Just to
like a
study.
gym teacher or a coach somehow.
In the army, I want to be at active service for a while, but then I want to have the option to then, after a couple of years of active service, just do something like that, some sort of instructor course. So that'd be right. That'd be nice and neat.
Okay, so now I'm gonna put a scenario in, and you answer to your best knowledge. All right. So you're married. You have three kids. You already did your career of choice. Unfortunately, it wasn't football. So now it's time to retire. Where would you retire? How much money you think you should retire with? And should you take your preteen adults with you, even though they want to stay with their friends and in their town?
Ooh. Okay, for the third part of the question, I'd say no. They can go wherever they want. I'm retired. If they want to come see me, come to me, right? Money wise, for the second part, I'm going backwards now.
Yeah.
For the second part, I'm really bad with money. I just can't spend money. Not in the bad sense of spending too much. I just can't spend it. I went to holidays to Spain for 2 weeks, and I spent about £100 in there.
Wow.
I did it. I don't spend. So, and yet I still had the best holidays somehow, and all that was in drinks. So I don't drink. I don't do drugs. So spending money as a youngster is kind of hard. So I just have all my money there saved for in case I actually need it. So don't ask me about how much I need to earn for my retirement because I wouldn't know what to tell you.
Okay.
What's the first part again?
Where would you go to
Where
retire?
would I go? I'd retire back in Spain.
Back in Spain.
Depending where and how the government is, because nowadays the government isn't really taking care of the elderly. So
Yeah, but
depending what
who
I'm doing.
knows? Who knows? You might not be an elderly. I can't even say that. An elderly when you retire.
Maybe, but I'll be retired, and the government will see me as elderly retired.
Oh, okay, okay. So that's how that
So
government does.
that's gonna be quite hard,
Okay,
depending on how it is, you know. But
okay,
if it's still shit, I'll stay in the UK. I'll
okay.
go to some fucking farm or something.
Now, what would you do? Well, he's it's not the queen anymore. It's the king, right?
Yeah.
So, what would you do if you see the king and he just puts his hands out and kind of like hangs out? He wants to chill. Like on some like yo, you're my buddy type of thing. Like, how
Okay, so
would you
now I know.
react? Even though they won't happen, but how would you react?
I know personally know the king. Okay. Um, I would be like amazed. I wouldn't know what to say to him. Like what do you actually say to a king when you hang out? If you hang out with a king, what do you actually say to him?
Right, like
That's my
do
question.
you do you do you do you like say yo you want to like play some video games? Like what what
Play
what
some
what do you
football.
right, do you want to play some
As I
football?
learned with a patch of grass so I can play.
And it's let's talk about things like that. It's like one thing is like some meeting somebody famous. Like I've never actually like sat there and like actually had a conversation with somebody famous. I've had conversation with people that got famous, but I've never actually had to encounter a thing with being famous, and I don't know how I would react. Um,
I'd be like Spider Man. I go out in the street with the mask.
yeah, like I would. I don't know about all that. Like I'm already a person that likes to stay home. So if even if
Yeah.
if we, even if I was to become famous somehow, like you would barely catch me in the streets unless I'm with my wife, just
Yeah.
hanging
Like
out, going to
I.
the movies or something. But like I can
Yeah.
only imagine how it is for someone famous to try to have a normal life even though they can't.
Yeah. They won't be able to. Like I don't know how my life would be like in the world in the adult world because I don't know what my schedule would be like. I don't know what activities I'd do. I don't know what I don't exactly know what I'll be doing yet out of my options. Whatever comes first, right? But
Right.
so I wouldn't know how it would actually affect me. But if it affected me right now, I wouldn't be able to go like to do all my activities because I do anekdotes, I do football, I do all that type of stuff. It would be so much harder for me to commit to other stuff. Um, because I'd just be swarmed by people if I'm famous then.
That kind of like the whole conversation just took a turn because we was talking about how you would react with when a king, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden
and
we
then
went to
we
famous
just started
people.
to who famous.
But what if the king was like somehow like how you when you play, let's say, Call of Duty and you're in a public like channel and you hear people talking shit and all that
I
crazy
find
stuff.
King Charles
And all of a
in
sudden,
street
King
fighting.
Charles, yeah, and all of a sudden, King Charles, you're playing, and King Charles is like, "Oh, cover me," with his accent or whatever. Like, and would you be able to tell? You think you,
Cover me,
you
please.
think you'd be able to tell that that would be King Charles?
No, that's the last person I think we playing COD right now. Like
But
he just kicked his I think it's his brother I think it is or his I think it's his uncle that he just kicked out of the royal family. So at the moment, I don't think he's playing COD right now.
and it's crazy how like me personally like now, let's say you do actually get to meet the king, right? When you,
I have met him.
So no, but I'm saying like right now he's the king, right? And you gotta go like let's say to the palace, like you got invited to the palace and you're gonna go see the king. Let's say now the moment you walk in and he walks in, do you actually like get on your knees and bow down or whatever
No,
what's
no,
the
no.
protocol
This is
like
the
of
thing.
like? No, but I'm saying like
This is
I watch too many movies, so like
no.
do
So
you bow to the
what
king
what
or?
happens is obviously a formal meeting with him. There'll be all his guards, all his representatives next to you. You're standing in line because you won't meet him on his own. You'll meet him with other people, so he can meet a lot more people at once. And then he'll just come up to you down the line, shaking your hand and asking you how you are and stuff, and asking you little questions and stuff.
But
He'll
so so
literally
so
ask
you
you
don't
how you
gotta
are.
like bow down or
No, no, no.
bow your hat or all that. So like if
No.
I was to go dressed like this to go meet the king,
They
would I
do.
be able to wear
I
my
think.
hat?
I do think women have to kind of do a little bow kind of thing. Women like put their feet behind the other foot and then just bow down. But I think that's about it.
Okay.
That's as much
Now, would I be able to walk in dressed like this and with my hat like this?
Depending,
On what?
depending on what you do for a living. If you're a rapper,
I
if you're a
ain't.
famous rapper like
I,
Snoop
I'm a
Dogg,
I'm a chef. I'm a cook. Like that's all I do. Like
then
you
no,
know.
you'll have to wear something,
Now I can't
that
fight that. Like
yeah.
me, like the king being
It just
prejudiced.
it just depends on the people. Like for example, Snoop Dogg, I think met the Queen, and he was dressed like a gangster. So it just depends on the person. If I mean, people like footballers, if they meet the royal family, um, like David Beckham, he would wear a suit. He won't wear his football kit, will he? But then people like Snoop Dogg will just wear whatever the fuck they want.
Okay. Now let's move on and talk about gaming. So how long have you been in the whole gaming world? Like interested in games and all this?
I think I was about 8. I started with Assassin's Creed 3.
And what console?
That was on my dad's PC. When he was out for work, he would let me on it, and he would deactivate blood for me because I would get scared of the blood.
So now you've never owned a console then? It's all been
I have.
PC?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah. I owned my first console with my dad. 2 years after that, I was thinking about
And what
8,
what
9,
console was that?
PS3.
Which one? Because there was so many different types of PS3s.
Yeah, I think it was just the most basic one. I think it was when like PS3 was at its peak up. The PS was about to come out as well.
So it was like
That's
the
why.
fatter looking one.
Um, yeah.
Hi. Who's
He
that?
doesn't get it. My dad. That was my dad. Um,
Hi, Dad. Welcome to the podcast.
that would be cut out. But yeah. Continuing on. That was it. I don't know what PS3 was. I know it was a PS3, but I don't know what it was. And I still remember that I didn't know how to take the disc out because you'd have to open the top to
Mm-hmm.
get the disc out, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know because you had to click the middle button to
Yep.
push it out. So I just ripped Batman game off it. So I didn't know.
Ruined. I bet you your dad was really upset.
He was fuming because there was a new Batman out as well. He was fuming.
Oh,
And I snapped the
interesting.
disc.
Interesting. Now, do you think that console was the best way to do, or you think that you would have had a better experience playing that game on
I would
PC?
definitely have a better experience in the PC.
And why so?
I'm just more natural at keyboard and mouse. I've always felt limited playing with the controller because you have a sensitivity. It'll be a limited looking around and stuff. Less buttons, more less fingers. But I think with the keyboard and mouse, I've gotten used to a lot faster. And I think if I started earlier, it'd be a lot better.
Okay. Um, so let's talk about travel real quick. So with all the new, technology coming out and all this like electric diversion or conversion, whatever you want to call it, happening, do you ever think that we will have self-flying cars soon, or are
Yeah.
we still gonna still stay in the transition era where now they're building electric airplanes?
I think the lower class of the human race will stay in the transforming area and like, oh yeah, we're getting them to you, but not yet because technically you can't afford them. So that's what's gonna happen because the government will just control them and they'll limit them as much as they can. Because if they get flying cars, it'll be a lot easier to commit other crimes and just move countries. A lot harder to track because they can't just put a GPS on every single vehicle, and not every single vehicle are gonna keep their GPSs intact without it being tampered with.
Yeah.
Um, so I think the government will try to control it as much as they can, but people like criminals will retaliate a lot more.
So we're almost getting to the end of this podcast. We're almost at the 30-minute mark. Now let me ask you this: if you was in a state of and a figure of what's that word I'm looking for? Like like a important figure for your country. What would be the main uh, direct subject that you will always want to implant into your citizens or fellow citizens of the UK?
So anything that I want to be.
So you're a public figure, like you're very popular, whether it's football or you went into government or whatever the case might be. What is something that you want people to live by?
To be nicer. To be
Nicer.
nicer.
Can you elaborate?
There's a lot of cruelty in the world, and I don't think we need it in places where it's not needed. And I think a lot of people that are really rude don't not have the right, but they don't deserve to treat people like they do. And if you're gifted with whatever, with either you know, either being smart or money or whatever, you should help other people as much as you can. Stay
Okay.
humble.
Stay humble. All right. You hear that, guys? Stay humble. Stay humble. Now, just to wrap things up, what do you expect of the New Year's for you? Like, we know you had an injury. Well, they don't know that. So if you want to explain something about your injury and going forward for this new year, or how you want to, you know,
Um, I mean, my injury was one of those that it's not because I didn't stretch properly. It was just because I fell on it and I didn't expect to fall on it, and it just ripped the bone off. So it was merely an accident. There's nothing I could have done differently to change that. Um, so I think it's just bad luck, really. About what happened. For this year, I'm expecting to improve a lot more in football because I think I should improve more. I've been in the academy now for nearly 2 years, and I have improved a lot. But I'm not happy with my improvement. Even though my coaches are, I'm not. I wanna go there. I've already made plans with some of my friends to go to the gym, get bigger because I need the strength. Right, I'm a little guy. If I don't have the strength, then So for this year, I wanna get a lot fitter, push myself how I've never done it before, and I just wanna push myself.
all right. Now, what do you got? Anything going on? Anything important you got going on right now that you want to tell the
I
people of the world right
I do,
now?
yeah. Um, End of March, I'm going to Portugal um, for a 2-week trial with Benfica Academy, which is an academy in the La Liga, which is in the European Spanish league mostly. Um, which is actually the Benfica's in Portugal. Um, so we do. I'm doing that for 2 weeks, all expenses paid for. We get proper training from professional coaches and stuff like that. Um, so that's the main thing that I've got going on right now. And then after that, I'm planning to go on holiday back to where I'm from. I've just come back from there, and start of November I just come from there. But I want to go there again because it's just so much fun. Probably won't spend any money again, but still fun.
Now, do you want to share your social media with the people so they can find you and hit you up
Um,
or check your
I
your
do.
content
I'm
out?
starting streams. That's the only thing I want to promote is just my streaming. I just do twitch.tv/childby.
Which you'll see
But
down here, people. You'll see it.
where I just stream a bunch of games and I do a bit of a, just me being me really, being more obviously
More active
more
into social
more active.
media.
Yeah, yeah.
I get it. I get it. We're all trying to be more active in the social media community. Well, I want to
Especially
thank
most of the
you
time.
for taking time. I know you're in a different time zone. What time is it over there?
It's 2:45 right now.
In the afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9:43 in the morning here. So you guys see how hard it was to try to get this man to come talk to me because sometimes he don't want to talk to me. But
I don't like this guy.
so I really appreciate you, taking time out of
Thank you
your
for having me.
editing and all that stuff to come through and show some love to my YouTube channel. And definitely, next time we can welcome you back and we have other topics we can talk about. And good luck on everything you're trying to do.
Thank
I'll
you very
be
much.
there to support you as much as I can, and I'm glad that you're here with us. Um, so with that being said, everybody, this is the end of my first ever podcast. If you enjoyed this, gentleman right here from the UK, but actually Spaniard. Um, don't forget that. If you enjoyed him, make sure you hit follow on all his social media and all his accounts. There'll be a link down below. If you have any questions, hit up the comment section. I'm pretty sure he'll be looking into those. I'll be looking into those. If you have any ideas, if you want to join the podcast and you have something interesting you want to share with us, There'll be links for the Discord there as well. Stay tuned. There will be live gaming content coming to you soon. One of them is from the Young Guns County RP. We're gonna be doing some Red M. We're gonna be doing a lot of things going on with this new year, and I want you guys to be a part of it. So I want you to definitely enjoy yourself. I want to thank you all for coming. If you're new to the stream, to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, share it with everybody that you know. Let's get big. Let's show the world that, you know, this community can grow as well, just like everybody else community can grow. And I really appreciate y'all coming through. Peace, y'all.